First contact. The sleek, silvery ship emerged from hyperspace just beyond Mars, its occupants gazing with wonder at the blue marble of Earth hanging in the void. Captain Zara, a tall, willowy being with iridescent skin, stood at the helm, her four eyes blinking in rapid succession as she took in the sight. "It's even more beautiful than the holograms," she breathed, her voice a melodic trill that seemed to dance in the air. Beside her, Science Officer Lyra nodded, her tentacle-like appendages rippling with excitement. "The amount of water is staggering. No wonder this planet has produced such diverse life forms." The ship's other three occupants crowded around the viewscreen, each from a different alien species, united in their curiosity about this backwater world that had somehow produced a species advancing rapidly towards the stars. "Remember," Zara cautioned, "we're here to observe and enjoy. No interference, no revealing our true nature. The humans aren't ready for official first contact yet." The others nodded in agreement. This was to be a vacation, a chance to experience the vibrant, chaotic energy of a young civilization on the brink of greatness. Each of them had been carefully chosen for this mission, a mix of vacation and reconnaissance, because of their adaptability and their ability to blend in with human forms. As the ship descended through Earth's atmosphere, cloaked from human detection systems, the aliens activated their biosynthetic suits. In moments, 5 human women stood where the aliens had been, indistinguishable from the planet's native inhabitants. They landed in a remote forest clearing, the ship's advanced camouflage rendering it invisible to the naked eye. As they stepped out onto Earth's soil for the first time, each alien felt a thrill of excitement course through their borrowed human forms. Zara, now appearing as a tall, athletic woman with close-cropped black hair, took a deep breath of Earth's air. "It's so rich," she marveled. "You can smell the life in it." Lyra, disguised as a petite redhead with freckles, was already scanning their surroundings with a device that looked like a common smartphone. "The biodiversity here is off the charts," she muttered, her eyes wide with wonder. The other three, Kira, Vex, and Mira, spread out, each taking in the alien world around them in their own way. Kira, a weapons expert in her true form and now a statuesque blonde, tested the gravity with a series of graceful leaps. Vex, the teen's cultural specialist, ran her fingers through her dark curls, marveling at the sensation of human hair. Mira, the youngest and most impulsive of the group, was already halfway up a nearby tree, her laughter ringing out in the quiet forest. "All right, team," Zara called out, her captain's authority clear even in her human voice. "Remember the mission parameters. We have 1 Earth month to experience this world. Blend in, observe, enjoy, but do not interfere with human affairs. We meet back here in 30 cycles. Any questions?" There were none. Each of the aliens had been preparing for this moment for years, studying Earth's languages, cultures, and customs. They were as ready as they could be for immersion in human society. As they made their way out of the forest and towards the nearest human settlement, the aliens couldn't help but feel a sense of anticipation. Earth was a planet of contradictions, a world capable of both great beauty and terrible destruction. Its inhabitants were equally paradoxical, capable of breathtaking kindness and horrific cruelty, often in the same moment. The first human city they encountered was a sensory overload. The cacophony of sounds, the riot of colors, the press of bodies, it was intoxicating and overwhelming all at once. They split up, each heading off to explore different aspects of human culture that intrigued them. Zara found herself drawn to a bustling marketplace, fascinated by the complex dance of commerce and social interaction. She watched as humans haggled over prices, shared jokes with strangers, and navigated the crowded streets with a mix of impatience and camaraderie that was uniquely human. As she stood observing a particularly heated negotiation over the price of a handcrafted rug, she felt a tap on her shoulder. Turning, she found herself face to face with a human male, his brown eyes crinkled in a friendly smile. "First time at the market?" he asked, his voice warm and inviting. Zara nodded, grateful for her extensive training in human interaction. "Is it that obvious?" she replied with a self-deprecating laugh. The man, who introduced himself as Alex, offered to show her around, pointing out the best stalls and sharing insider tips on getting the best deals. Zara found herself captivated, not just by the market, but by Alex himself. There was a vitality to him, a zest for life that seemed to radiate outward, affecting everyone around him. As the day wore on, Zara realized she had spent hours in Alex's company, learning more about human culture and society than she ever could have from mere observation. When he invited her to dinner, she found herself accepting without hesitation, her mission parameters momentarily forgotten in the face of this unexpected connection. Meanwhile, Lara had made her way to a local university, her insatiable curiosity driving her to seek out Earth's centers of learning. She slipped into the back of a physics lecture, her eyes wide as she listened to the professor discuss humanity's latest theories on the nature of the universe. It was primitive compared to her own people's understanding, and yet, there was an elegance to it, a raw ingenuity that made her see the cosmos in a new light. As the lecture ended, she found herself drawn into a heated debate with a group of students, her borrowed human heart racing with the thrill of intellectual discourse. One student in particular, a lanky young man named David, matched her point for point, his passion for science evident in every word. As their debate spilled out of the lecture hall and into a nearby cafe, Laura felt a connection forming that went beyond mere academic interest. Across the city, Kira had found her way to a mixed martial arts gym. In her true form, she was a fearsome warrior, and she was eager to test herself against Earth's finest fighters. She watched from the sidelines for a while, analyzing the humans' techniques before stepping onto the mat herself. Her first opponent was a burly man named Mike, his muscles rippling as he circled her. Kira felt a surge of adrenaline, or whatever the human equivalent was, as they began to spar. She had to constantly remind herself to hold back, to fight at a human level, but even so, the match was exhilarating. As they grappled, Kira found herself impressed by Mike's skill and determination. He might not have her alien strength or reflexes, but he made up for it with sheer grit and creativity. When the match ended in a draw, Kira felt a respect for her opponent that she hadn't expected. Vex, true to her role as cultural specialist, had immersed herself in a local arts festival. She wandered from exhibit to exhibit, marveling at the creativity on display. Human art was so vibrant, so full of emotion and meaning. She found herself standing in front of a large abstract painting, lost in thought, when a voice beside her made her jump. "What do you see in it?" She turned to find a woman with paint-stained hands and a thoughtful expression studying her. The artist, Sophia, began to explain her work, and Vex found herself drawn into a deep conversation about art, expression, and the human experience. As the sun began to set, Vex realized she had spent the entire day in Sophia's company, viewing the world through an artist's eyes. It was a perspective she had never considered before, and it left her with a newfound appreciation for human creativity. Mira, the youngest and most impulsive of the group, had found her way to a beachside music festival. The pounding rhythms, the press of bodies, the sheer unbridled joy of the crowd. It was unlike anything she had ever experienced. She danced with abandon, losing herself in the music and the moment. As the night wore on, she found herself drawn to one particular human, a free-spirited young man named Kai, with wild hair and a contagious laugh. Together, they danced under the stars, and Mira felt a connection that transcended species and worlds. As the first day on Earth came to a close, each of the 5 aliens found themselves grappling with unexpected emotions. They had come to observe, to study, to experience, but none of them had been prepared for the connections they would form, the way this vibrant, chaotic world would begin to change them. In their borrowed human forms, lying in borrowed beds in various parts of the city, each of them stared at the ceiling, their minds racing. They had nearly a month left on this planet, and already it was clear that this mission would be far more complex and far more transformative than any of them had anticipated. Zara, her captain's mind always alert, couldn't shake the feeling that they were on the brink of something momentous. As she drifted off to sleep, her last conscious thought was a hope that whatever came next, it wouldn't jeopardize the delicate balance between their worlds. Little did she know, forces were already in motion that would change not just their lives, but the very future of both their species. The true adventure was only beginning. Cosmic conception. The warm California sun beat down on Zara's human skin as she jogged along the beach, her borrowed heart pounding with exertion. It had been 2 weeks since the aliens' arrival on Earth, and what had started as a simple observation mission had become complicated. Interstellar entanglements, when alien meets human. Zara slowed to a stop, her mind racing faster than her feet ever could. The connection she'd formed with Alex was unprecedented. Against all protocols, she'd spent nearly every day with him, exploring the city, sharing meals, and engaging in long conversations that stretched into the night. She'd learned more about humanity through Alex than she ever could have through distant observation. But something was wrong. The unexpected spark, alien biology meets human passion. Her hand unconsciously drifted to her abdomen. The changes were subtle, but to her hyper-aware alien senses, they were unmistakable. Impossibility layered upon impossibility. She was pregnant. With a human's child. Galactic oops. When alien birth control fails spectacularly. Panic rose in her throat as she fumbled for her communication device, disguised as an ordinary smartphone. She needed to contact the others to see if they were experiencing the same impossible phenomenon. Across the city, in a cozy apartment filled with half-finished canvases, Vex was having a similar realization. Her hands shook as she stared at the pregnancy test, the 2 pink lines a damning confirmation of what her body had been telling her for days. Painting outside the lines, an alien's artistic conception. Sophia's arms wrapped around her from behind, the human artist's touch both comforting and terrifying. "Whatever it is, we'll face it together," Sophia murmured, unaware of the true magnitude of the situation. Vex leaned back into the embrace, her mind reeling. How could she explain this? How could she possibly make Sophia understand? Cross-species surprise. When alien meets egg. In a university laboratory across town, Laura stared at the readout on her disguised alien scanner with disbelief. The device, hidden within what looked like an ordinary tablet, confirmed what she'd suspected for days. Data point: alien DNA joins the human genome. David peered over her shoulder, his brow furrowed in concentration. "That's not possible," he muttered, pushing his glasses up his nose. "These genetic markers. I've never seen anything like them." Laura's heart raced. She'd gotten careless, allowing David to see more than he should. But in her shock, she couldn't bring herself to care about the potential breach of security. "Alien life form detected, inside me." At the mixed martial arts gym, Kira grappled with more than just her opponent. As she pinned Mike to the mat, her enhanced senses screamed at her that something was very, very different about her body. Fighting for 2, warrior aliens' unexpected battle. "You okay?" Mike asked, concern evident in his voice as Kira helped him up. "You seem distracted." Kira forced a smile, her mind racing. "Just feeling a bit off today," she managed, already planning her exit. She needed to find the others to confirm her suspicions. When alien meets sperm, a galactic mishap meanwhile. At a secluded spot overlooking the city, Mira sat cross-legged on a boulder, her eyes closed in meditation. But inner peace eluded her as her alien senses focused inward, detecting the impossible changes happening within her body. Cosmic rave gone wrong. Party aliens mourning after shock. Kai sat nearby, strumming idly on his guitar. He'd introduced Mira to the practice of meditation, unaware that her alien physiology allowed her a level of bodily awareness far beyond any humans. "Hey, spacey lady," he called out, using the nickname he'd given her for her often distant, dreamy demeanor. "You're glowing today. Like, literally glowing." Mira's eyes snapped open in alarm. Was her human disguise slipping? Glowing and growing, alien bun in a human oven. As the 5 alien women converged on their designated meeting spot, a secluded clearing in a nearby park, the air was thick with tension and disbelief. Zora spoke first, her captain's authority wavering for the first time since they'd landed on Earth. "I assume we're all here for the same reason." Nods and murmurs of agreement followed. Each of them, in their own way, had discovered the impossible truth. They were pregnant, with human hybrid children. The galaxy's biggest hoops. Alien spring break gone wrong. "This is unprecedented," Lyra said, her scientific mind already racing with the implications. "Our species should be completely incompatible. The genetic differences alone." "Forget the genetics," Kira interrupted, her warrior's pragmatism coming to the fore. "What do we do now? This changes everything." "We have to tell them," Mira said softly, her hand resting on her still flat stomach. "The humans, they deserve to know." Alien baby boom, Earth's most unexpected invasion. Vex shook her head, her artist soul in turmoil. "How can we possibly explain this? We came here in secret. We've been lying to them since the moment we met." "Not to mention the galactic implications," Zara added, her leader's mind already grappling with a bigger picture. "If word of this gets out, it could change the balance of power in the entire universe." Universe's biggest plot twist: aliens knocked up by humans. As the 5 women debated their next move, none of them noticed the figure watching from the shadows, a human wide-eyed and disbelieving who had followed Lyra from the university out of curiosity. David stepped out from behind a tree, his hands raised in a gesture of peace. I think you ladies have some explaining to do," he said, his voice shaking but determined. The aliens froze, their carefully constructed human facades cracking under the weight of their secret. In that moment, they realized that their little vacation had just become the most important diplomatic mission in the history of both their species. The future of 2 worlds now rested in the balance, hanging on the impossible lives growing within them. As the sun set over the city, casting long shadows across the park, 5 alien women and 1 human man stood frozen in a tableau that would change the course of galactic history forever. To be continued, Earth's first alien-human hybrid saga, Galactic Revelations, alien baby daddy drama, Earth's most shocking paternity test. The tension in the air was thick enough to cut with a laser scalpel as the 5 alien women faced David, their secret exposed. Zara stepped forward, her captain's instincts kicking in despite the unprecedented situation. Intergalactic meet the parents, when aliens drop the bombshell. "David," Lyra began, her voice trembling, "what you're about to hear will change everything you thought you knew about the universe." Over the next hour, in that secluded park clearing, the truth spilled out like a supernova. The aliens revealed their true forms, their mission, and the impossible pregnancies that had thrown their carefully laid plans into chaos. Cosmic cribs, preparing for Earth's first hybrid nursery. David listened, his scientific mind reeling with each new revelation. When they finished, he sat heavily on a nearby bench, running his hands through his hair. "So let me get this straight," he said, his voice a mix of awe and disbelief. "You're aliens, you're all pregnant with human hybrid babies, and now the fate of both our species hangs in the balance." YouTube's most viral alien encounter. They came, they saw, they conceived. Zara nodded grimly. That about sums it up. The question now is, what do we do? The group debated long into the night, weighing their options. Return to their homeworlds and risk intergalactic conflict. Stay on Earth and try to integrate into human society. The implications of each choice were staggering. Area 51's got nothing on this. Real aliens walk among us. As dawn broke, they reached a decision. They would stay on Earth, reveal the truth to their human partners, and hope for the best. It was a risk, but the alternative, leaving Earth and their unborn children behind, was unthinkable. Extraterrestrial ultrasound. First, look at Earth's hybrid babies. Over the next few days, each alien woman had the difficult task of revealing her true nature to her human partner. The reactions were as varied as the humans themselves. Alex, upon learning the truth from Zara, sat in stunned silence for a full 5 minutes before breaking into laughter. "I always said you were out of this world," he quipped, pulling her into a tight embrace. From first contact to first trimester, Earth's alien love story. Sophia's artistic soul was immediately captivated by Vex's true form. "You're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen," she breathed, already reaching for her sketchpad. Mike's warrior spirit resonated with Kira's revelation. "Alien or not, you're still the toughest person I know," he said with a grin, playfully punching her arm. Prenatal yoga for hybrid moms, stretching across the galaxy. Kai, true to his free-spirited nature, took Mira's news in stride. "Cool, man. I always knew there was something special about you," he said, strumming a new melody on his guitar. Breaking news. Earth hosts first interstellar baby shower. As news of the alien pregnancies spread, the world reacted with a mixture of fear, curiosity, and excitement. Governments scrambled to formulate responses, scientists salivated at the research possibilities, and the media went into a frenzy. Alien moms go viral. Their pregnancy vlogs break the internet. The 5 women, along with their human partners and the ever-curious David, found themselves at the center of a global storm. They became overnight sensations, their every move scrutinized by millions. Craving cosmic cuisine. What do alien-human hybrids eat in utero? Lyra, ever the scientist, threw herself into studying the hybrid pregnancies. With David's help, she set up a makeshift lab in his university office, running tests and scans that pushed the boundaries of human medical knowledge. Galactic gender reveal: pink, blue, or ultraviolet. As the pregnancies progressed, strange phenomena began to occur. Vex's artistic abilities took on an almost supernatural quality, her paintings seeming to move and shift when no one was looking. Kira's strength increased exponentially, forcing her to learn new levels of control. Maternity fashion for the intergalactic mom-to-be. Mira found she could communicate telepathically with her unborn child, an ability that both thrilled and terrified Kai. Zora's leadership skills amplified to the point where she could calm angry mobs with a few well-chosen words. Lamai's class goes interstellar, breathing techniques for hybrid labor. But it wasn't all wonder and excitement. As news of the alien presence on Earth spread to the stars, the women's home worlds reacted with alarm. Stern messages arrived, demanding their return, threatening consequences if they refused. Intergalactic custody battle. Who gets the hybrid babies? The women stood firm in their decision to stay on Earth, but the pressure was immense. They found themselves not just expectant mothers, but reluctant diplomats, bridging the gap between 2 vastly different civilizations. Earth's most exclusive playdate: hybrid babies meet human tots. As their due dates approached, the world held its breath. What would these hybrid children be like? How would they change the future of both species? The answers to these questions would soon rock the foundations of the galaxy. To be continued. The hybrid heirs of 2 worlds. In hospitals around the city, 5 alien women prepared to give birth, their human partners by their sides. The next chapter in this cosmic saga was about to begin, and nothing would ever be the same again. Next time, Earth welcomes its first alien-human babies. Cosmic cradles. Galactic delivery room. Earth's first alien-human births live-streamed. The world watched with bated breath as 5 hospitals in the city became the epicenter of the most extraordinary event in human history. Zara, Lyra, Vex, Kira, and Mira were about to give birth to the first alien-human hybrid babies. Breaking news. alien moms redefine labor pains with supernatural deliveries. As contractions began, each alien mother exhibited unique phenomena that left doctors and nurses in awe. Zora's body emitted a soft, pulsating light that seemed to ease the pain of everyone in the delivery room. Laura's contractions created ripples in the fabric of space-time, causing small objects to float momentarily. Viral video. Alien moms gravity-defying water break floods delivery room. Upwards. Vex's artistic abilities manifested in swirling, colorful patterns that danced across the hospital walls, telling the story of her child's journey. Kira's warrior strength proved both a blessing and a challenge, as her contractions threatened to shake the entire building. Telepathic epidural. Alien moms share pain with dad for true equality. Mira's telepathic connection with her unborn child allowed for a unique birthing experience, as she guided the baby through the process with her mind. Her human partner, Kai, found himself unexpectedly linked to the experience, feeling every contraction and push. YouTube sensation, Push It Gets Alien remix in viral delivery room footage. As the births progressed, strange occurrences began to happen around the city. Electronics flickered, plants grew at accelerated rates, and people reported sudden bursts of inexplicable emotions. The hybrid children were already affecting the world around them. Breaking physics and water. Alien hybrids make splash entrance. After hours of labor that defied all medical norms, the first cry of a hybrid child echoed through the hospital. Zora and Alex welcomed a daughter with shimmering, opalescent skin and eyes that seemed to hold the depths of the cosmos. Instant viral hit. Newborn alien hybrid's first words are "Take me to your leader." Laura and David's son was born with an intricate pattern of bioluminescent markings that pulsed in time with his heartbeat. To the astonishment of the medical staff, he seemed to instinctively understand complex mathematical concepts. Nursery rhymes go Interstellar. Alien lullabies top Spotify charts. Vex and Sophia's twins emerged with kaleidoscopic eyes that shifted colors based on their emotions. Their cries produced haunting melodies that brought tears to the eyes of everyone who heard them. Diaper changes at light speed. New parents navigate hybrid baby care. Kira and Mike's daughter was born with a full head of metallic hair and strength that rivaled her mother's. Her first grit on Mike's finger left him with a bruise and a proud grin. Alien Baby Food Challenge. What do you feed a child who can eat stardust? Mira and Kai's son arrived silently, his large, almond-shaped eyes taking in the world with an unsettling intelligence. His telepathic abilities were apparent from the first moment, as nurses found themselves instinctively understanding his needs without a single cry. Trending now. Alien Baby Yoga. Flexibility reaches new dimensions. As news of the successful birth spread, the world erupted in celebration, fear, and wonder. Social media exploded with memes, theories, and heartfelt messages of support. Hashtags like #AlienBabyWatch and #HybridHope trended globally. Exclusive. First family photos of Earth's alien-human hybrids break internet. Scientists clamored for access to study the hybrid children, while religious leaders debated the spiritual implications of their existence. Governments around the world held emergency sessions to discuss the new reality of Earth's place in the cosmos. Global phenomenon. Alien hybrid birth sparks worldwide baby boom. But for the 5 new families, the focus was on the tiny miracles in their arms. Despite the galactic implications and the weight of 2 worlds on their shoulders, in those quiet moments, they were simply new parents, marveling at the perfect beings they had created. Parenting Beyond Borders. Alien Mom's Guide to Raising Hybrid Kids on Earth. As the first day of their new lives drew to a close, the 5 alien mothers and their human partners gathered in a secure wing of the hospital, their newborns cradled in their arms. They knew the road ahead would be challenging, filled with obstacles they couldn't even imagine. United Nations declares galactic citizenship for hybrid babies in historic move. But as they looked into the eyes of their children, eyes that held the promise of two worlds, the legacy of two species. They knew that every challenge would be worth it. These children were the future, a bridge between Earth and the stars. To be continued, the hybrid generation, Earth's cosmic legacy. As night fell over the city, lullabies in alien tongues mingled with the sounds of human songs. In 5 hospital rooms, watched over by a fascinated world, a new chapter in the history of the cosmos had begun. The hybrid children slept peacefully, unaware that their very existence had forever changed the fate of two worlds. Next time, Terrible Twos or Terrific Twos. Hybrid toddlers showcase supernatural skills. Cosmic kindergarten. Viral sensation. Alien-human hybrid toddlers teleport during hide-and-seek. 5 years had passed since the birth of Earth's first alien-human hybrids, and the world had never been the same. The children of Zara, Lyra, Vex, Kira, and Mira had grown into toddlers with abilities that constantly amazed and sometimes terrified their parents and the watching world. Breaking news. Hybrid child's first words solve unified field theory. At the newly established Galactic Integration Preschool, a state-of-the-art facility designed to cater to the unique needs of the hybrid children, a typical day was anything but ordinary. Trending now, #hybrid nap time, as toddlers accidentally put entire city to sleep. Zora and Alex's daughter, Luna, had developed the ability to manipulate light. Her tantrums could plunge entire rooms into darkness, while her laughter created dazzling light shows that rivaled the most advanced laser displays. YouTube hit. Twinkle, twinkle, little star gets real as hybrid tot rearranges constellations. Lyra and David's son, Quantum, lived up to his name. His grasp of physics and mathematics at the age of 5 surpassed that of most university professors. He had a habit of accidentally creating miniature black holes when he was bored, keeping his parents and teachers constantly on their toes. Viral challenge. The quantum leap has teens attempting interdimensional travel. Vex and Sophia's twins, Aria and Cord, had taken their musical abilities to supernatural levels. Their harmonies could induce emotional states in listeners, from euphoria to melancholy, making music therapy take on a whole new meaning. Top of the charts. Hybrid twins' lullaby album cures insomnia worldwide. Kira and Mike's daughter, Athena, had strength and agility that defied human limitations. Playground equipment had to be specially reinforced to withstand her enthusiastic play, and she had developed a concerning habit of leaping from tall buildings for fun. Olympic Committee in crisis. Should hybrid athletes compete in 2036 games? Mira and Kai's son Zen had refined his telepathic abilities to an astonishing degree. He could communicate complex ideas without speaking, and his empathic nature made him a natural mediator in playground disputes. Trending. Silence zones emerge as telepathic toddlers master mind reading. As the children grew, so did the challenges and wonders they brought into the world. The Galactic Integration Preschool became a hub of scientific research, with experts from every field studying the remarkable abilities of the hybrid children. Viral video. Hybrid show. Until turns classroom into miniature galaxy. But it wasn't all scientific marvel and media sensation. The families faced unique challenges in raising children who were, quite literally, out of this world. Parenting Beyond Earth. New book My Child is Half Alien, and That's Okay, tops bestseller lists. Zara and Alex had to child-proof their home against Luna's ability to create wormholes, while Lyra and David struggled to explain to Quantum why turning his vegetables into plasma wasn't appropriate dinner behavior. Kitchen nightmares. When your toddler can transmute elements, meal planning gets complicated. Vex and Sophia found themselves mediating between Aria and Cord when their musical battles threatened to shatter windows across the neighborhood. Kira and Mike had to constantly remind Athena that not all of her playmates could survive a friendly game of catch with a car. Trending #hybrid playdate problems as parents navigate supernatural sleepovers. Mira and Kai faced the unique challenge of raising a child who could read minds, teaching Zen about privacy and the importance of allowing others to voice their thoughts. Viral meme. But Moom, I already know what you're going to say. Telepathic Tot Edition. As the children approached school age, debates raged about how to integrate them into the education system. Their abilities far surpassed those of human children their age, but their need for socialization and emotional development remained crucial. Education Revolution. Common Core meets Cosmic Core in new hybrid curriculum. The world watched with bated breath as these extraordinary children grew, each day bringing new wonders and new challenges. The hybrid children had become a bridge between two worlds, their very existence reshaping humanity's place in the universe. United Nations proposes Department of Extraterrestrial Affairs led by hybrid prodigies. As the sun set on another extraordinary day, the 5 families gathered in the park where their journey had begun. The children played, their laughter mingling with the soft hum of otherworldly energies. Heartwarming viral video. Hybrid children host intergalactic peace summit on playground slide. Zara looked at her fellow alien mothers, then at their human partners, and finally at the miraculous children they had created together. We came here looking for a vacation, she said with a smile, but we found a new home, a new family, and a new future for both our worlds. Breaking. Hybrid families to star in new reality show, Keeping Up with the Cosmonauty. As the hybrid children chased fireflies that glowed with unearthly light, their parents watched with pride and wonder. They had faced unimaginable challenges, bridged the gap between worlds, and created a new generation that held the promise of the cosmos in their eyes. To be continued, the hybrid generation, Earth's cosmic legacy, enters a new chapter. The story of the alien mothers and their hybrid children had captivated the world, reshaped the future, and opened up the universe. As night fell and stars twinkled overhead, the promise of a new era of galactic cooperation shone as brightly as the hope in the children's eyes. Next time, hybrid teens in space, Earth's new ambassadors take on the galaxy.